a mentor at GURUJEE, I request you to take few minutes to listen to this message whenever you have time. Okay? Because I don't want you to compel, but listen to this. While listening, or once you listen it, you will definitely understand certain things, and you will definitely agree with me. So, in today's competitive world, every parents want the best education for their child. Of course, no doubt about it. I too have a child, and I am also in the same cup of tea. But in this pursuit, many end up making financial and emotional sacrifices, sometimes without getting the expected results. See, I wanted to tell you a few things, and I thought I should not miss any points, so I have just listed out a few points in a paper and sitting in front of you. So, this is competitive world, and every parent wants the best education for their children, no doubt about it. See, for the past 20 years, I have seen many parents who approached me after losing a lot of money and time in big coaching institutions. So this is one reason that I made this video. I repeat that line. For the past 20 years, I have seen many parents who approached me after losing a lot of money and time in big coaching institutions. Of course, we are also in coaching segment. And what I'm going to tell you about this coaching segment, you will understand and you will agree with me once I complete this. So these coaching institutions, the big coaching institutions which is there in the past 30-40 years, and who made or who are making 4,000, 5,000 crores in coaching sector business or coaching segment business. So the parents, they were either convinced by aggressive marketing by these coaching institutions or forced by schools that made such training mandatory in the schools, or these coaching institutions have continuously called them and the parent is not even getting a time to rethink or do a research. They just went and joined there, paying huge money. And this money is for AC classrooms, fancy infrastructure, and high-end gadgets like tablets. However, when the child enters to the classroom, the child is able to understand, and the parent is also able to understand this, that in a classroom, there are 30 or 40 sitting like this, or more than that is sitting in the classroom, after paying a huge amount of money. Let me ask you, do our children really need luxurious classrooms to study? Question mark. Do we really need a luxurious classroom to study? Wouldn't it be better if they had the right study material, a comfortable study environment, and of course, a small batch size? Is that mandatory that 30-40 must be there in the classroom? And what was the purpose of sending them to that big coaching institutions? Of course, a personal attention and a guidance, a mentorship. When the child need a support, the faculty should sit with them and give a proper guidance. When the child goes emotional balance, okay, go out of emotional balance, the child need to get a support from the faculty. But then listen to me or see this in this way, that don't you think if an institution is really providing a less classroom size and a personal approach and a guidance and a good study material and an affordable, reasonable fee payment, which is not making the parent to go and take jewels, plug jewels, sell lands, and or loans. Am I right? So, if such institutions are there, and I don't know whether you will agree with me or not, because even if a child is having real potential and to understand subjects, or having a mentality to work out, if a teacher sit with him or her and teach him personally, the child will definitely take efforts to work out. In that case, even the child can sit on the floor and learn with teacher. Am I right? Is it necessary to sit on a cushion chair? And is it necessary to sit on a AC classroom wherein you have to pay for it? Am I right? Not necessary. So, unfortunately, many parents take loans, sell property, or pledge gold to pay these high fees, only to realize later that their child was not given the right guidance. I recently met a parent whose child spent 3 years in a reputed NEET coaching center. This is one reason, or this is the main reason that I have come with this video in front of you. Now listen the story from here onwards. Okay, I said the child was into a reputed coaching institution for 3 years, and in these 3 years, gradually the score is improved only 20 to 25% every year. But still the institution, the coaching center, was convincing them to continue for the 4th year for NEET. By this time, the parent is already spent 7 to 7.5 lakhs. Alright, how much? 7 to 7.5 lakhs is already spent. Now the institution is convincing another 1 more year, it will happen. But believe me, what kind of a cruelty is this? Or think like what kind of a counseling cruelty is this? If that student and parent would have approached in the beginning to me, in the first year itself, I would have told the parent that the child is capable or not capable. Why I am telling you this? Because let's see the scenario. If the child would have scored only 180 or 200 mark along with 12th board, okay, when the child was studying in 12th standard, that year if the child is taking up NEET, let us see. And if the child would have scored only 180 marks to 200 marks, and next year probably just a trial basis, if no other pressures are there, what mark the child can maximum yield? And if the child goes from 200 to 350 to 380 or 400 approximately, okay, what is the chances of getting 1 more year? No chance. No chance. Hardly another 200 mark is improved. And the 3rd year it's going to be another 150 mark, not more than that, which means 550 mark the child is going to end up. This is the scenario, this is what is happening, and that's the potential of the student. And we all know that it's more than 650 mark we need to get into any government seat in India. Am I right? So in 3rd year, another 20-25% is only the improvement has happened with the child. So it is better that the institution and the faculty who are teaching the child and should have called the parent and informed the scenario. This is what is happening. And there are much more opportunities in paramedicals and other medical courses, if at all he is really or she is really interested or want to do anything in the medical field. Of course, and don't waste the time, energy and resources and put the child into mental pressures. And the parent should also understand this. Am I right? If the child would have come to Guruji, I would have definitely done that. Am I right? So, I said unfortunately 7.5 lakhs is gone. 1 more year is getting counseled, or it is 1 more year continuation. Okay, the institution is counseling them. And we need to understand, all parents need to understand, before choosing a national level coaching institutions, ask yourself, these institutions have 50,000 plus students across India. How many actually get into IITs or top NEET ranks? Question number 1. Question number 2 is, their advertisements highlights only 25 to 50 or let's say 30 to 40 top ranks and few hundreds in the last 10,000 ranks, or the first 10,000 rank, not last, first 10,000 ranks. What happens to the remaining 40,000 students who paid huge amount as tuition fee or coaching fee? Why do these institutions keep promising results year after year while students struggle? Am I right? Where are they? Where are those students and where are those parents? What has happened to them? What is their money? And you definitely agree with me, the institutions, coaching institution which is there 30-40 years in this field, having 50,000 plus students across India, or nationally, internationally, they have definitely a background of 50 to 60,000 students or 40 to 50,000 students, and their turnover is 4,000 to 5,000 crores. And who paid this? Who paid this money? So recently, a well-known coaching institution shut down their branches overnight in North India and at Coimbatore. Parents were told various reasons. Faculty left, reason number 1. Landlord asked them to vacate. Business partners vanished. Am I right? Do you think all these are reasonable to a parent who paid huge money and trusted that institution for a long time? Am I right? So what kind of a management they have done, or what management was with that kind of institutions? And what about the hard-earned money the students had paid? Many such institutions invest in, what I noticed, unnecessary luxurious activities, classrooms, digital classrooms and hostels, and overpriced faculty, okay, and gadgets, rather than focusing on real learning. And of course, I asked you, who pays for this? Of course, the parents, no doubt. So my humble request, please don't fall into this trap. Look for small, approachable centers where tuition fees are reasonable, queries are answered promptly, and faculty members are known and trusted. A student doesn't need faculty or fancy institution, highly paid faculty, overpaid faculty, or fancy institution to succeed. All they need is a quiet, hygienic place, a dedicated mentor, the right study material, a pen and a notebook. So according to me, education should not be about blindly following big brands or their admission test. Every child has potential. Success comes when they are guided correctly and their mental blocks are removed. I hope this message reaches parents across the country and help them make informed decisions about their child's education. So my dear parents, please think on such institutions where the money is valued, time is valued, and your child is getting right mentor at a reasonable price, and your queries are handled in an appropriate time, and you are not into any loans, pledging jewels or selling your lands for your children's education, okay, and wasting that money on false promises of these big coaching institutions. Rather, you can approach the nearby coaching institutions or coaching centers or personal mentors, teachers of your nearby area. You can trust them and you can approach them, and they are not going to run away anywhere. They are not going to take your money and run away, and they are not going to give false promises to your children. At least they will teach some good values and cultures, because they are from your locality and you know them, they know you. All right. So think on this aspects and come back to me for any suggestions or guidance. I'm always here. Guruji is mentoring for the past 14 years. This is the 14th year for us, and we are with children like this. And so far we were into reasonable approach with all our parents and students. So think on what I said and take proper decisions. Thank you so much. This is Sajith, mentor, Guruji.